Hey guys, in this video I'm going to do two things at once. One is show off a feature we have in Varsheet Installer that just saves an incredible amount of time and allows us to actually control where we backlink and where we shift backlinks, what we use for anything, anchor text, backlinks, if we're going to change company information, things like that. And what I mean by that is this: for those of you who know our system well, you understand we have the panel, we create the template on the panel, we create the copywriting or use UAP content and the imagery, and we get the websites going. And then what? Then we have a var sheet with the variables. So we have columns of variables in the var sheet, and we upload the var sheet into the panel, and then we can generate pages for the sitemap inside the admin panel. Well, now that you generated all those pages inside the admin panel, you have all these pages on your website, and that's awesome. Let's say you want to make changes to the pages. You're either going to do it by making changes in the admin panel, to information there that sort of covers the way the blocks are put together. But if you want to change individual values, like if you want to change a phone number that would appear every so often in the sitemap, or change a backlink that would appear every so often in the sitemap, you would have to download the var sheet from the panel, open it, go to that column, make the changes inside the column, save it, close it, upload to overwrite back into the admin panel, and that'll update the front end, but delete the sitemap, because every time you upload a new var sheet, it deletes a sitemap, since you want that information to necessarily match up. So now that's uploaded, what do? You tell your panel you want to create another however many pages, say 100 pages, and then it creates them. All right, that's kind of cool. But what if you have 10,800 instances? Or what if you're doing backlinks on 174 websites for a particular project, and you're sort of mixing clients through that? Does that mean that you have to download 174 var sheets, deal with them, and put them back up? God forbid, right? That sounds like a nightmare, and it would be. So let me just kind of walk you through this, because here's the other end of the spectrum. This is the other thing I'm going to address in this video at the same time. You guys probably saw how we took a website that we made for a hair salon, and then even in the case, she wrote the pages from the perspective of when somebody does land on the website, they're awesome. You know, you can really get a good feel from the hair salon, and you decide you want to call them because, hey, they seem like they really know what they're doing, and they're the hair salon for you. Great. But her pages are not aimed at keyword searches that she can rank for, right? They're aimed at really general purpose searches, right? So she's not ranking for something like from a curly haired stylist. I mean, that's not a keyword at all, right? That's not even a keyword in context. Um, Protect your hair from exposure to chlorine. Do you know how many news articles and medical articles probably, and how many salons have something about that? How many PDFs and articles are written about that? Be extremely hard to rank for that. Very different than ranking for something like hair salon in that area, Hollywood, California, or whatever. So anyway, here's the point. We still, in Nightwatch, we still got that project. We got 14 active backlinks altogether, okay, coming from different places. Now, here's going to be the point I want to make. Sales might say, hey, this was not a client website, this is a prospect's website, and I'm looking at the graphs, because sales will be looking through the graphs and the different information we have up for sales to see, and they'll go, ooh, that looks pretty good, let me check the details out, see if we're helping with that. Oh yeah, wow. Okay, I got a lot of backlinks here. Which ones are ours? There you go. That's the question. Which ones are ours? Some of these companies have, 5, 10, 15 backlinks. So you can just click on something to open it in a new window and see if that's us or not. And you're like, no, that's not us. Okay, and then you go, what about that? And then, oh, that's us. I see that. Okay, that's cool. Now, real quick, what makes it search a little faster, okay, is group by referring domain. Okay, there's only 4 right now that are live in the system that are totally available, 3 of which are ours, right? And that's the point. You can click on these things and figure that out. But here's the whole point. And by the way, it doesn't mean that the system is catching all the backlinks that Google's indexed, right? It's reading from Ahrefs, which is literally crawling the net all the time. So only as Ahrefs discovers this stuff do these listings show it. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that this has a whole lot of power behind that. And we know it because if you do a general purpose search, handle the hair gently when shampooing, there's millions of results, 5,740,000, and our client is the first one. Okay, so that's cool. All right, and it goes to just make the point that backlinking, websites the way we do it, these are powerful backlinks. But when you're crawling through these results for all these companies, a lot of these companies have a lot of backlinks. How are you going to tell which ones are ours? You're going to click them all? Well, that's where I came up with this idea. You might like this. What if we put some kind of tracker on the landing page so that the backlink itself, the link itself is pointing to this, but it's not just going to the main page. It's going to the main page or whatever page that is with coding on it. That means us. So here's how that would look. Let me just show you. Okay, so let's just say this. For that particular listing, okay, we have column H here for the hairstylist, right? There are 170 odd subdomains, 170 projects that are spread across 170 odd different domains, okay? One per domain, one subdomain per domain, that are pointing in at a combination of different clientele. And that's like this. Let me just show you. Because you don't want all the backlinks to point at one person, right? That's not good. And you can work it over, but not when you create new pages. Hairstylist, okay? So we picked a handful of companies. There's one. Here's another one. We got like 4 links each, right? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Now I've done this literally for lots of industries so far, so we can just start pushing backlinks at lots of different places. And that is what the Night Watch monitoring is all about, being able to see the effects of this and where we're having an impact, who we're getting to first, second, third, all that kind of thing, right? But now what's the point I want to make? Here it is. Okay, let's come back to hairstylist for a minute. I'm going to take one of these links that I already kind of like found where we have it, and I'm going to change it. I'm going to say, and here's what I would do with all the links. You can put a question mark at the end of all these links if they do not have a question mark in there. Or if they do have a question mark already, then use an ampersand to continue. And you can make text after that. So I'm going to use a question mark because there is no question mark, so I must use a question mark. And I'm going to say something like ref, equal, and then WI in caps. Boom. You know what I did? I just created a trackable link. So even if they're doing their own tracking of their own backlinks, no matter where, like in Moz or Ahrefs, okay, this company can see that these exist. So even this company recognizes that these links are real if they're doing separate tracking from us. But for our guys, where does this show up? Where would this show up? By the way, that has no impact at all on their ranking. This doesn't, putting attributes like this at the end does not hurt their ranking. Okay, it doesn't. Google recognizes by the question mark that we're calling something up. Okay, so it's a referral link. Now, having said, and so Google just give the credit to the main page, right? Now, what it means in the back end is that every case of a website link like this, best hairstylist in town, would be best hairstylist in town question mark ref equals wi. Or if we're going to a very particular page, whatever it is, .html question mark ref equals wi. We can do that, okay? So that's cool. Now, I just thought of that. So here's going to be the really, really big question. If I have all these projects on all these websites, and let's just take a look. This is one website, okay? And yeah, those 7 pages are indexed, okay? Like, just so you know, I mean, here's the main page, and here's another 3, 4, 5, and then there's a link to the sitemap, say. This is it. This is a subdomain on a website, okay? Yeah, those links are showing up, okay? They're all there. Now, if I just keep going, I'll go through all the different projects that are all on that exact same znetworkers.com website. Every one of these projects, you scroll down, it's for whatever it's for, and you just keep going, right? It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. I mean, it's tons of information. Computer accessories near me with videos for automatic computer repair, whatever it is. What else? I don't know. There's just like garage door stuff, maybe. Some of these things are being filled in still for content and for companies. But like chiropractor, if you click here, you know, if I click on that, right, it is a backlink that points at a company somewhere at their page, right? And so we created a referring website linking in here. And so anybody who happens to land on this page and click that link, right, it will take them there. Okay, just so you know. And then there's all this extra content down below to help really push the rank. All right, down here we have links in the paragraphs, right? Okay, now this just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever, okay? So there's a tremendous amount of work that's done. This is one website out of 955 that have these projects coming live on them, okay? That's how huge this entire production is, all right? Faster than ever, more powerful than ever. Anyway, I'm coming to the end of this, just one set right now for this one website right now, okay? How's that for crazy? And if I go here, I mean, it literally is going to a different company, backlinks for them, right? Deeper level pages, not just the main pages, and we can track the results we're having on these companies as Google starts indexing the pages, okay? And as our system starts to recognize that those backlinks are there. Okay, let me come back to this. I went through and found, I just opened some of these links. So I went over here and I started to open a few of these, like this 10xproducts.com and a couple others. There's like, where is it? There's our 10x products right there. Okay, the project for that. So let me step back and make this point. If I scroll down, hover over something, yeah, this is that best hairstylist in town. And one of their, yeah, handle the hair gently when shampooing and brushing.html. It's probably one of those links exactly, right? And then if I continue on, what else do I see? Yeah, that's another page with a link to the same page, okay? All right, and then if I go to a deeper level page in the sitemap, I just want to point this out. This is the same one, right? Yeah, this one's pointing at a whole different company, mollymoonsalon.com, right? And that's our point. We can create backlinks for multiple companies through these projects, which is totally awesome. Because first, we create backlinks for various companies, deeper level pages when we put these pages up new. We want Google to be happy with all these pages going live, and they won't be if all the links go to one place for each project. But if we spread them out, then Google can start to let the pages ripen. Then we can come back and transfer some of those links across to the clients we prefer, so that some of those guys lose backlinks while our client gains more backlinks. Get that? So that is natural behavior. Google likes seeing that. Now we're going to keep sort of working our client up, but we're doing it by taking away the power from the other guys that we were backlinking. We're shifting it across. Okay. Now, if I go and keep going, I'm going to find some other ones. This one I'm going to do right now for the purpose of our demo. So I don't know if you can see it. That's this isis.hairsalon.com/hair-styles. Then if I go to a deeper level page of the same project, I find it again. Same link, different page, same website, but same link, right? And then if I go into the sitemap and I pull up some other page inside the sitemap, okay, I think it's, oh, this is somebody else. Chris McMillan, I think is what this page is for. He's some other guy. Yeah, Chris McMillan, the salon, right? And again, that's our point, is that we can backlink all these different guys, okay? And then we can decide how we're going to shift links around. So what we can also do is reach out to all these companies as we make a dent, as we impact their rank, you know, for keywords that we aim for. Now, here's the big thing I want to say. I took these and I even took some that were like deep level. Yeah, here we go. This is from a website that's basically at the very bottom of the list. So I took websites from the top, websites from the bottom. I want to show you this. I've got 170, what, 3 websites there, right? 173. They each have a 100-page sitemap and 6 main pages. You could say 7. So like the 6 pages plus a sitemap page plus 100 pages. You would say 106 pages that count. And so if you have 100 pages times 173 instances, that's a 17,300 pages we would normally have to go through and find every backlink that is for, the backlink that we're interested in and change it to the new one, whether it's a different company or if we just want to add our tracking onto it. So I want to show you that bit about adding our tracking onto it really, really quick, because this is nuts, okay? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this link that was for the hairstyles for this company. We're going to put this whole ref WY into it. Where? Literally in every one of these links. We're going to come back and refresh these pages and just see that it happened. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to change batch values and I'm going to import a file. Let me show you what the file has on it. It has those subdomains, all 170, whatever it is, 3 of them. Yeah, 3. Okay, it says 5, but that's because there's 2 rows up here in the header. And it's going to locate the variable that needs to be changed, which is called destination URL in the var sheet. It's going to change every case that matches this one, and keep in mind in the destination URL are a lot of values. For that hairstylist, remove link. All of these are in that destination URL column times 174 instances. It's going to locate every case of this one that is like that, right? Not with a link, but just like that. And it's going to change it such that now it has that extension on the end. Could we just change the link to a whole different company? Absolutely. Thereby pulling backlinks away from this company's deeper level pages and adding them to that company, either the main page or deeper level pages. Absolutely. We can shift backlinks from any one of these guys to any one of these guys, any other one of these guys. We can change the destination pages. We can shift, whether any of them even go to the home page or if all of them go to a deeper level page or what. It's up to us, okay? So I might even color code that like, hey, changed, okay? Now that you saw that, let me just get to this one again. We're going to change every case where this exists to that on that website. Then we're going to do it again. On this one, we're going to go to the destination URL. Do you realize that these values could be different for different purposes? We could go to the same domain again, and this time go to the anchor, right? Whatever it is, or the keyword 1 or whatever we're using for that thing. Yeah. And then we could change a keyword, right? Top hair salon, to something like Chicago hair salon or whatever it is, San Diego hair salon, right? And we could literally do this or make it generic text. Maybe we need to make some of the keywords visit website for generic purposes on purpose, right? So I think you get the idea. But right now, I just want to go through and just change the case of these links in every case, right? How long will this really take for 173 websites? Well, normally to have to download all these files and then deal with them, right? Let's just do it. So I'm going to take that, pop that down, grab this guy. That's the one. Oh yeah, I'm going to set the network key so that we can just see how long that takes, right? All right, there you go. It's going to run. I don't know how long it's going to take to do these quite yet because, we have a lot of stuff on that server. It's pretty full. So this will probably take a handful of minutes anyway. But again, what will we normally have to do? You normally have to go into every single one of those 174 administrator panels, right? So it would be like, whoops. Okay, it would be like if you went to the website, okay, and then you put the slash administrator on the end. Yeah, you should have done it right. Okay, and then you looked up the information to log in, because I'm really not sure, unless you know. Can you imagine doing this by hand? It's how you would normally do that, and then you would go to the var sheet so that you could download the var sheet so you can make the change in that Excel file, and then upload that Excel file, give it a new name, hit submit, and after it uploads, generate 100 results in the sitemap again. You would have to come here and say, yeah, give me, whatever, 100 results of my sitemap starting with row 1, submit. And then move on to the next website. Well, in that case, you better do 2 or 3 or 4 changes at once in that var sheet. You better plan, because you're going to have to go through 174 websites that way if you're doing it that way. But in this case, no, I can make those changes, and it doesn't just have to be one column with 174. I could change thousands of rows of information in that one file. I could just set it and walk off, go, play with the puppy, and just let this take care of itself, okay, until it's all done. Oh, need I say more? Well, how long was that? About 2 minutes, 2.0 minutes. Did it work? Well, let's take one of those pages again. Like I said, this is like from the sitemap of the final site in that list of 174. I'm going to hover over this right there. I can see the original link right down here. That's the original link. Cross your fingers. Yep, changed. Let's go check out another one. Was this it? No, that's a Chris McMillan. That's it. Changed. Now, one thing I got to double check is it's doubling up on some of these for some weird reason. So I got to go see why that is. In any case, I guarantee you that that's just a little thing. We'll get that fixed. Yeah, different link. Different link. Yeah, and the other point to make about that is, oh, I know why. We have to treat question marks with an escape key in this process, which we haven't done because I just had this idea, so nobody proofed it. Now, if I just change the link from one backlink to another, that wouldn't even be a question. But I put a question mark in there. That's for a query. I'm literally forcing it to run a query on a query because we didn't use an escape key, because I didn't say that that's important in this case. All right, fine. So yeah, no problem. We'll go back to this process and say in this process that whenever it needs to change from one value to another in this process, okay, like from A to B, that it understands question marks are to be auto-escaped, okay? So that's a small update. And then that way, 2 minutes updates 174. So 20 minutes updates 1,740. So 3 hours and 20 minutes updates 17,000. Can you imagine that? Updating 17,000 individual admin panels. All of those times 100 web pages each. Everything updated. Anyway, because we go big now, we have to make sure our tools can handle big now. They have to be able to handle everything at the level that we're doing it, so that we can make everyone money by just running this massive backlinking network, and we're there. We're just playing with the final parts of it, as you know. And this is huge, right? I covered in a different video that we discovered another thing that we forgot to update. It was a dumb thing, but very simple to fix. All of the links in the sitemaps were not showing, even though Google is always showing the main the main pages and counting these backlinks in a huge way, when they're hitting, right? So the question is, why in the world aren't those backlink pages showing up? And we found out why. View page source, right? We found out that our canonical URLs are telling Google, forget all the links in the sitemap, just use the main page for the project. So all those 100 pages in the sitemap are telling Google, oh, ignore us. just use the main page. So all the backlinks and all the sitemaps aren't even counting. So we figured that out as of yesterday. We just realized that and here's the thing, the canonical bit did work before, but somehow in all the developmental steps that we took, we lost track of it. Probably when we tokenized it so that we can have tokens for the menus, for the menu names and the menu URLs, and that applies to the canonical as well. So it probably broke the concept of how it's supposed to play that out. So we're going to get that fixed. And the moment we do, then we're re-pinging all the sitemaps. By the way, that's another cool thing. I think most of you know about that by now. Let me close that out. Ping sitemaps. You know how you put up the Excel file with all the list of the websites that you want to ping, or the subdomains you want to ping, all those thousands, just hit go. And it tells Google, Bing, and Yahoo, hey, check it all out. So then Google will absolutely take them seriously. So we're going to ping all those 10,800 instances as soon as we're done fixing the canonical, and then file updating all those instances. And then that way the canonicals read right. And as soon as that happens, then we're going to get to ping those sitemaps, and that will be awesome. Okay, hope you find this interesting. It's really cool. Okay.